Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, my cat has decided to take up space right outside of my door and just meow. And so you might hear him, you might not, we'll see. Um, this morning, and whatever time of day it is for you, I um, I have been thinking recently today about when we have, autoimmunity, an autoimmune disorder, and communicating with our kids about it, because we all have kids of different ages and we want to keep things age appropriate, but how do we do that? How do we know, what to share with them, whether to share with them, all of those things. And what some of you might not know is that I have background specifically in medical social work. So right after I graduated with my MSW, I worked in a hospital for a couple of years before really feeling that I wanted to, stay home with my son for a little bit and then work on starting my own business. But anyway, so during that time, a lot of times something that came up was, how do we talk to kids about illness, about times when we're not feeling well, and that sort of thing. So, the biggest thing I can say is to be honest with them, but to keep it age appropriate. So that means, not using all the jargon and things like that, but keeping it at a level that they will understand. And also, another really, really big thing is keeping them feeling safe and cared for, because when kids are young, it's completely natural for them to feel like, how is this going to impact my world? What's changing for me? Am I okay? And so our job is to make sure that they know that they're going to feel okay, and or not feel okay, but be okay, feel safe, and also give them information knowing that we are the experts on our own children. You can take into consideration their age, but also their personality, what they seem to respond to as far as communication styles, learning styles. Sometimes there are great books out there. I actually haven't even looked yet to see if there's one about, autoimmune type stuff. But so to give you some examples, so I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and many days I don't end up saying anything at all because, it just doesn't impact things enough. But kids are perceptive and they pick up on lots of things. So if I'm having a really tired day, or right now I'm going through some sort of flare up or something that, we're still kind of figuring out what's going on, waiting for some blood work to come back. And these are the times that I, take a moment to get down on their level if I'm not already, really kind of connect with them, make eye contact, and say, mama's body hurts. And I know that I'm usually able to do this and that because, they're used to me being a certain way. They want me to show up like that for them because that's what they're used to. That's their mama. And right now, I can't always because leaning over hurts, and running doesn't feel great. And my energy level definitely dips, at certain times of day. And those are things, honestly, parents in general, deal with as far as energy level in particular, even when I had a newborn, I would say to my son, Mama's really tired and I don't quite have the energy to do that. And, they might not still understand, but so as far as keeping it to their level, when your children are a little older, maybe you tell them a little bit more about it. My kids already know that I can't have gluten, but maybe I can explain to them why, when they're a little bit older. Maybe we can talk a little bit more about like how that works and why my body doesn't like gluten and things like that. But the other really big thing, like I said, is making sure that your kids feel safe and cared for, like that they know that they will still have a stable existence in their little world even though you're going through your stuff. So to the best of your ability, making sure that they know that there will be people to care for them or make sure that they always have what they need, and just say to them, like, I know things feel different right now, but you are safe and you are loved, and let's try this other activity so that we can still have fun together. Let's try doing this thing that we normally do, but tweaking it a little bit so that, you know, things can still feel playful and fun. And on the days when we can't even do that, maybe explaining to them, let's make a plan to do this on this other day. Right now, I'm feeling really tired and I need some rest. Would you like to rest here next to me? Would you like to read a book with me? Would you like to watch a show with me? Something like that. You know, because these aren't, usually life or death type of conditions, it's not usual that you have to go into talking about somebody will always be here to care for you and no matter what, people will be here to love you. We're not talking about going into that sort of place, but still making sure that kids know that there will always be someone to take them to basketball practice or to the playground or something like that, that your involvement might look a little different, but that there will always be a chance for them to do things like that. So let me know about how you communicate with your kids about your autoimmune disorder or your chronic condition, and tell me if there's something that that you do that's special for you and your kids, that's unique to you guys. I'd love to hear in the comments below, and I'm wishing you lots of rest, lots of joy, and lots of connection and warmth in your home. Have a great day.